Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Ahra.
Let's start episode 207 of Ask Vidas and Ahra podcast. This question was sent by Ahra, and she writes, Dear Vidas, my name is Ahra Yoo. I'm an organist in Korea. My recital is coming up in Germany, and the organ has short octave. I have never been playing on short octave organ, and I read your article about CDE Octave. Could you recommend any appropriate pieces for this organ? I'm in trouble to make a program. It would be very helpful, any of your advice. Thanks. Ahra. So, it's wonderful that people from various countries are trying to play on historical organs, right, Ahra?
Yes, that's wonderful.
And it might be surprising what they will get, right? Because in Korea, they might have replicas, but not historical organs
Yes, not
like that.
originals, yes.
So, what do you need to recommend to Ahra in this situation? What is CDE and short octave?
Well, yes. You know, it doesn't matter what kind of repertoire you will select, you will still not be able to avoid the short octave, so you will have really to learn how to play it. So, of course, the earlier music you will select, the better it will work.
Until 18th century, probably.
Yes, don't play Bach with a short octave, it might not work.
Uh-huh.
And also the less accidentals the pieces will have, the better you will, the easier you will get, to adapt on that particular organ. So I would say, because your recital will be in Germany, play German music.
And look at the pieces that you want to play and circle all short octave notes. If it's CDE, that means that there isn't C sharp or D sharp in the bass octave.
That's right.
If it's C, D, E, F, G, A, then it means there are no accidentals of C sharp, D sharp, F sharp, and G sharp. Even more limited. And whatever you do, you need to adjust your fingering this way.
Yes, that's right. And what I did when I knew that I will have to perform on the organ with a short octave, of course I circled the notes that belonged to the short octave. That's the first step, as Vidas mentioned. And then while practicing on my organ, that I had as a practice instrument, I would play it that way, imagining that it is with a short octave.
Even though it sounds
yes,
like
it sounds horrible that way, but in that case you will build up your muscle memory, which is very important for us as keyboardists.
CDE organ short octave has a layout that C is where normal D is, and D is where normal D sharp is. So the lowest note is D, and you depress it and it sounds C. And in another version, if it's C, D, E, F, G, A, then the lowest note is still C, but it looks like E. And then D is where F sharp should be, E is where G sharp should be, F is where F, G is where G, and A is where A.
So anyway, you will have fun.
It's really fun, but very confusing for the first time.
Yes, it is.
So take Ahra's advice and play on your normal modern keyboard, pretending that it is a short octave.
Okay, let's talk now a little bit more about the repertoire. What would you play on such an instrument?
You already suggested to avoid most of Bach's works, right? Maybe some early Bach's works would still be okay.
Maybe something written in C major.
Mm-hmm. Or G major or
Yes.
F major. Those three keys in major, or D minor in a minor key. That would be probably the best solution for starters. And in general, if you look at earlier music from 17th century, I think most of this music will be still composed with just one accidentals or even less.
Yes, and remember that short octave might be in the pedal as well.
Definitely. I think most common version of short octave is in the pedal CDE and in the manual CDE FGA. But in her case, I'm not sure. Maybe CDE is in the manuals too.
Yes, we don't know exactly how it is. So I would play probably some Scheidemann on such an instrument. I think it would work well.
Yeah, she could look at Scheidemann, at Scheid, and Svelling probably
Yes.
too. Tabulatura Nova by Scheid, and any piece in Tabulatura Nova could be played by manuals only.
That's right. And if you would need more manual pieces, you could also play some Pachelbel. I think he would work also well.
Yes, Pachelbel, what else?
Some Buxtehude probably.
Easier books to
Yes,
put
easier pieces
No,
also, as you know, Bach's pieces too.
I did. I made a big mistake for my first try on the Minto and Temperament organ with split keys and short octave, choosing a piece in E major.
That's
Remember
a
that?
horrible mistake.
And you did something else.
Yes,
In C
I did
major,
something.
right?
Yes, I played actually in E minor,
E minor.
which is also not as good selection for Minto and Temperament, but and split key action. But that's what we did.
Hopefully Ahra will not have to deal with split keys just yet, but sometimes in the future she might.
But I think pieces by Buxtehude, such as Choral Fantasy, Vision Leucht and Morgenstern, Stern, I think would work quite well on an instrument like this.
True.
And it has almost no pedal part, so this would make life also easier. I think some pieces by Böhm would work well on such an instrument. Don't you think so?
Yeah, so you could choose between those authors: Pachelbel, Böhm, Scheidemann, Scheid, Buxtehude,
Svelling.
and Svelling. Those six.
Yes.
What else? Maybe some early Bach, right? If you
Yes.
want, if you really like playing Bach. Do you think, Osha, that modern music created in 21st century would still work in for the organ with short octave?
Yes, I think some of it might work, but you need to, make your selection very carefully.
Or even to improvise. You could improvise.
Yes, that's right. And I thought also about another composer that would work, I think, very well on such an instrument that's Muffat.
Georg Muffat?
Georg Muffat, yes. His Apparatus Musicus Organisticus. It consists of many toccatas. There are, I think, like 4 volumes of it. And you could select quite nice pieces. We are not too hard and sort of sectional.
Mm-hmm. They're Italian, a little bit influenced on, or French influenced as well. Do you think that Italian music would sound well on this organ too?
I think so, yes. Why not?
Something like Fiori Musicali by
Frescobaldi.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe some Froberger too. if you like him.
So in general, the 17th century
Yes.
music
Yes, I think that
would
17th
work
century
well,
would work well.
except for French music, right?
Oh yes,
French
that's right.
wouldn't be
French
nice.
music wouldn't work.
Spanish maybe?
I wouldn't risk it.
Early Spanish, Renaissance
Yes,
Spanish.
that's true. That's true.
But not 18th century
Yes,
Spanish.
yes. But still, because you are going to Germany, so you want to honor German composers first.
Right. Play some Korean music too. That would be nice, I think. To bring your own flavor, cultural flavor to Europe. People will appreciate. And lots of Korean music is written in pentatonic, so you just need to be careful with accidentals, but if anything happens, you could still play in C major without the fourth or the seventh scale degree, without
Yes,
F
that will
and
sound
B.
well.
And yeah. Or improvise something in pentatonic and say it's original Korean melody. Nice. Wonderful. Thank you guys for listening. We hope this is useful to you. Please send us more of your questions. We love helping you grow. And remember, when you practice,
Miracles happen.